Hell yeah.
Let's fix
No,
that.
no.
Okay, now they got my sound. I love I hit, live record or whatever, and they can't hear me. But hi, everybody. Welcome to a very long overdue Graveyard Gush. I don't think I've done one of these since my review of The Companion, or earlier back in January. But hi, welcome
Good
to.
movie.
Yeah, what's that?
I said that was a good movie.
It was. But more gush about that in a second. We have a lot of talking to do. We've already been like geeking out already. But hey, everyone, meet Bri.
Hi.
Bri is a fantastic, fabulous artist that Jade and I have had the very honored privilege of meeting over the last year at the cons. Um, Bri, who I know I am going to butcher their last name, is a
Crozier.
Crozier.
Bri
Okay,
Crozier.
Crozier. Okay,
Crozier, yeah.
all right. Yeah, good. Has been doing, I guess, at least I like to call it, the whole vending scene, the con circuit for almost the last 11 years, right? Give or take.
11 years. I started in 2014 when I was 16 years old.
Damn. Yeah, that and it shows. They have a ton of art, and I'll gush more about them in a second. But I do want to quick say hi to the few viewers we do have already. I see we have Baka Tanuki and A the End. Hi guys. We're here to, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, hopefully, or at least the title, to be gushing and chatting about Resident Evil because Bri here, as you can see on top of their hat, much like me, is a big time RE fan.
Just a little bit, you know.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, so much you've made freaking art on it.
I have. Which, can I tell my fun story about that piece now?
Please, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so I was at a con a few weeks ago, and somebody came up to me and pointed at this painting and said, "Is that Harry Potter?" And I was like, "No, Harry Potter, notorious man with a gun and blonde hair and no glasses, but mostly the gun." Anyway, that's my favorite thing anybody's ever asked me about Resident Evil.
What do you mean? Like, I've totally remember reading Harry Potter and the President's Daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As my sister said, Harry Potter would have been a lot shorter if Harry had a gun.
Yeah. What do you need? Like 7 bullets to take out each one of Voldemort's different.
Yeah, yeah, problem solved.
Yeah, yeah. But no, like yeah, it's crazy. Like the level of art styles you have. It's a mix of correct me if I'm wrong, like watercolor, right? Watercolor, a little bit of
It,
pencil work.
it is all watercolor with a little mixed media. I'll throw in some colored pencils, markers,
Yeah.
whatever I feel like to add a little texture and detail, but mostly watercolor. This is a painting that I just happen to have over here, but this is all watercolor, ink, colored pencil, marker, some gouache marker, kind
Mm-hmm.
of whatever the hell I feel like.
Yeah.
Just to add some texture and detail, but mostly watercolor.
And
Yeah.
it's lovely because it's not like, I mean, you could, vouch for me on this. When it comes to the artist style, you usually see sometimes really strong, vibrant colors,
Hmm.
more often than not. I know Jade uses been using a lot of that when she first started, like very strong greens that kind of
Hmm.
stand out. I think you are one of the few, like, I think was his name Adam Artbox. Had like the watercolor, was kind of like faded style to it. It makes it
Hmm.
unique, and you also have like Jade does a little mix of kind of creepy and cute to your work.
I am well known for my love of the macabre. I do
Hmm.
paint a lot of, well, I mean, even in the painting I just showed, I mean, we got like a cute bunny with an arrow in its neck. So, I do paint a lot of as I like to joke, I paint dead
Hmm.
birds for a living.
Yeah,
That's what I like to do. Um, people are like, "No, you don't. I don't
yeah,
believe you." And I'm like, "No, I do actually." Heart emoji. I do paint dead birds for a living. But I also write comics,
you do.
write fiction, write all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
which kind of relates even to the Resident Evil that we're going to be talking about as well.
Oh yeah, very much so. Like, it just so happens one part of the reason why I wanted to bring this lovely person on is that they have a Kickstarter going on for your own published work, right? That would be
I I do.
Blackbird
Yeah,
Hunting.
Blackbird Hunting. Yeah, Blackbird Hunting is my award-winning webcomic. We are currently running a Kickstarter to get it brought to print, or at least the first chapters 0 through 22. My sort of little pitch is after a series of grisly murders, 15-year-old outsider Dione Oriel must prove to her hyper-religious town that she is neither a murderer nor a witch before she's executed for crimes she didn't commit. Easier said than done when her missing mother was a witch herself.
Wow, I mean, that sounds like that was off the cuff, right? That wasn't straight off the Kickstarter description.
No, I actually wrote that. I have a sticky note over here that has my writing. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be doing my like pitch, I need to write it down so I can be like.
I respect that. Whenever I do my videos, I have a script as well.
I lost it. Zoom.
No. Oh well, game over. Reset the save.
She fell off. Okay, I'm gonna set them here because they're falling off.
Yeah, I do want to talk more about Blackbird Hunting because some of the pictures I saw have definitely clear allusions to like Resident Evil 4 at least with some of the imagery I did see. But
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but first, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go for it. We can talk about more later.
Yeah, and yes, Baka, I did notice this earlier. We are definitely gonna be discussing the tall lady at some point, I imagine, Lady Dimitrescu, because how can you not acknowledge that gal?
It's one of my favorites. So.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to talk about RE8 anyway for the Beneviento section, but we can talk about it later. But
okay.
I love the Beneviento section. It's so good. It's one of my favorite sections in a horror game ever.
It's got so much great art design. But you know what? I think first things first, we're gonna go into the depths of Resident Evil. I'm really curious because I made sure to save this for the stream itself. How'd you get into it? What was like your entry drug into the RE-verse?
So, the first one I played originally was the original 4. A friend of mine bought it for me as like a birthday gift when I was like 17, and I played a little bit of it and I was like, wow, this is really good. I really like this. And then I didn't pick it up again for like several years. And then a few years later, and I think that was around the time that it was like a few years before RE7 came out. And then when RE7 came out, I watched streamers play it and I was like, wow, this really seems like my vibe. And then I didn't do anything with that. And then in 2019, the 2 remake came out. And while I had like been really interested in Resident Evil beforehand, after the 2 remake came out, I actually like started playing them properly and I became just completely obsessed. I had gotten into this is gonna sound really stupid. I'd gotten into a car accident early in 2019.
Oof.
And I was okay. My car was also okay. It just got like smashed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And my car was okay enough that like I could use most of the money I got from the person hitting my car to pay for fixing my car, paying my school tuition for the semester,
nice.
And then I also bought myself RE2 remake.
Which is a great use of money. Also,
exactly.
I need to pause you for a second because she's not gonna be in my arms for much longer. Ah, dog.
Oh baby.
Yeah, Tifa wanted to say hi, but she, like I said, she hates being on camera.
Oh, she's so cute.
I'm
sure my cat will come here at some point.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Thank you. You've earned your cheese ration for the day. Anyway, thank you. Please continue.
Absolutely. But yeah, I spent like it was the second semester of junior year spring. It was spring semester of junior year for college, and I was just completely obsessed with Resident Evil. And then over the year, I fell even more and more in love with it. That's how I met my best friends.
Awesome.
Like we're best friends to this day. We met in a Resident Evil server. But then after I got like super into Resident Evil, I played all of the games, and then I started writing fan fiction about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And this is I think the funniest thing. The very first long form comic I ever wrote was in fact a Resident Evil fan comic. It ended up being 200 pages. I'm very proud of it. It's so stupid. I love it so much.
You know,
People still come to my table and say, "Did you write that fan comic?" And I at conventions, I go, "Yep, that was me. I did write that fan comic. You found me."
hey, you know what? There are certainly worse things to be known for in this crazy wide internet world. My biggest claim to fame has probably been I helped. Actually, I don't really claim to fame online. I mean, I've helped do things with stuff online that have bigger names attached to, um, but nothing impressive yet. Yet.
Yes.
Um, but no, I do have a soft heart for fan fictions. Jade's wrote her fair share. I've read my own fair share. Got a few published, printed books of fan fiction because I thought the stories were fun. But more to my own question.
I have a few printed fanfics over there, actually, literally on the floor right now. Anyway.
We can geek out later. We can geek out later. But I was gonna say, my entrance into the world of Resident Evil happened to be through the movies. I mean, I was always aware of like the different games.
Live action or animated?
Live action.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because the first one I saw mind you, at the time I was getting into horror like a drug addict. Because for most of my
Yeah.
young life, I was terrified of the dark. I couldn't stand anything spooky, and I suddenly decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and face my fears. And I got the bug. I got addicted to it. And during one of my marathons, I was watching at someone's house. We were really big into zombies, and we rented a dual feature that included the second live action, Resident Evil Apocalypse, which is by and large, I think, the best one of the whole series. Nowadays, I think they all are fun in their own right. But I remember watching it and just being like, "What the hell is going on? What the hell is like this kick-ass?" I thought it was a journalist. I thought Jill was a journalist, not an actual cop. Alice is fun. Nemesis, he's cool. And from there, I decided to go and try and give the first game, the remake to be exact, it just came out, a shot for the GameCube, and it was a spiral from there. Anyone who has like been big in to my channel for a long time know my biggest like draw has always been world building, and holy fuck, the more you get into like Resident Evil lore, the more you realize the level of world building that they do. And
So crazy.
yeah, like just seeing how I can't recall how much of the original ones did, but I know the remakes and then some tie in so many names, pieces of lore, little name drops. Go like, oh, I know that guy, I know that character, and I just fell in love with it so much so that because mind you, when this happened, I went from like a kid into teen, so I naturally had that I think at least I hope most people did this, otherwise it'll mean nothing to you. Had that transition of like, okay, I need to grow up my room from a kid room to a teenager room, and so when I did that, like my new room was inspired by the mansion's aesthetic from RE1. We painted the
That's
walls,
interesting.
and actually they were kind of like this color, like this deep blood red, and
Ooh.
I got kind of like, it was a little bit like, yes, a little bit pirate captain cabin or whatever, but it was definitely very much Resident Evil inspired. I remember playing the first game for hours on end, and it wasn't long after that I was burning through all the GameCube stuff and got right straight into RE4, and the rest has been pretty much history.
Wait, let me. I don't have the controller, but here's my GameCube RE4.
Yeah, I don't have the original game anymore, I don't think. But I have my old school like collector's edition box with the
What? That's so crazy.
I have everything but the game in there. I'm not sure why I kept everything else.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I became obsessed with chainsaws back in high school, because of these
You can lend you.
games.
They're pretty cool.
Right, and it's wild to see how much more it's expanded from then. Like, I still giggle on my first experience playing Resident Evil 3 on the GameCube and getting to experience that pixelated nemesis bursting through into the next room while trying to tank control Jill to safety. It is something else. God, there's
Really
so
is.
much. There's so much.
It's I well, and also you brought up the world building of Resident Evil, and that's something that I like to think about a lot. Like I write a lot of like fiction. I engage in like a lot of horror fiction.
Yeah.
And I like in general, I'm not a person who thinks that it's interesting to think about like the logistics. I think it's more interesting to think about like what is this story saying? What is it doing? That is not the case for Resident Evil. I need to know what OSHA looks like in the world of Resident Evil. I need to know. I need to know. Do they have bioweapon like emergency drills? Like the president of the United States got turned into a zombie. Like what is the like logistics happening here? That we were talking about Vendetta earlier. That guy in Vendetta like ate his girlfriend. Like what? And then got unzombified. Like what do you do about that?
I mean that's a good point for those at home who are either they're watching this live or they're recording later on. Resident Evil Vendetta is one of the many CGI movies they made that I think was one of the first times you got to see Chris Redfield and Boozer Leon Kennedy. I'm not still sure why he is.
You know, he was on vacation, but he 6 came out first, and they did meet in 6.
Okay, so it wasn't the first time they met. I didn't know.
Yeah,
but cinematically.
It was like. Yeah, the first time they got to like do anything interesting, other than in 6, they like pointed guns at each other and were like a little bit gay about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they like went off on their own separate way. I don't like 6 very much. You can shoot me, it's fine. I didn't like 6 very much, so I don't remember everything that happened in it.
Yeah, I don't remember much 6 either. So Bracken, we're talking not exactly the crappy movies or the crappy games. We're talking about the crappy animated movies, I guess, presently.
I had.
Do you have the
Vendetta?
Do you have the Vendetta box, perchance?
No, it's in my room, but I have all the other ones, right here because I have
Death Island. I still need to watch that one.
It's not as good as Vendetta, but it is pretty good. Infinite Darkness, which was actually a TV show. It was okay. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like the best. Vendetta is my favorite. Damnation.
So I'm talking about the first 2 CG movies.
Yeah, and then Degeneration, which is another one. I've had people tell me that the reason that like there can't possibly be bioweapon drills is because people don't know about the bioweapons, and I'm like, that can't be true because there's people in this movie protesting about Raccoon City at the airport, and also the president of the United States got turned into a zombie. I think people know.
I mean,
and Ethan Winters just apparently wasn't there for all of the bioweapon emergency drills. I
mean, there's the entire floating city from the it's not the Redemption games. It's the 2 mini ones. What do they call it? I forget. It's the R something.
Wait 1 minute. I have Steam open. Let me.
Please, Resident Evil 1 and 2. It's Revelations. The Revelation games.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah, from those games we had like more of the BSAA, and I think it's Rescue is the one that Claire is a part of. That is.
I don't remember.
Hang on, I should have something that reminds me here.
Oh, 1 minute. Steam just crashed because it caused problems.
I knew you were trying to find out stuff that we could talk about. Terra Save, thank you, Aldrin. Idrin?
Oh, yeah.
Also, hi, Idrin. Welcome to our little Resident Evil chat.
Hi.
Bracken says the first 2 CG movies were like by and large the most badass. Which I have not seen. I don't want to watch all of them. There's so much content to enjoy. There's
like 32 games. No more than that now, I think.
Yeah, you only ever played the first Revelation, so that's I appreciate what the second one does, but I think the first one to me is like the stronger game because the whole like on a cruise ship is kind of cool.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of the first one. I'm a fake fan. I've only played a little bit of the original Revelations 1, and I haven't played Revelations 2, but I know like the plot lines of what's going on in them.
I don't think anyone. To me, you shouldn't have to do homework to be a fan of anything.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And to circle back, that they do agree that 6 was trash. I mean,
Six.
yeah. It,
I there are parts of 6 that I like. There's parts of 6 that I like. This is not true for 5. I don't like 5 at all. There are parts of 6 that I enjoy, but for the most part, I feel like it's like narratively a mess and mechanically even more of a mess.
yeah.
So like I can't see the chat, so
Yeah.
people are saying silly things in the chat.
Yeah, they are.
I'm
Idrin says, as someone who loves Six's lore, the games were built so bad. I respect that. Like, Six did have a lot of cool, like, it tried to do a lot of cool things. Like, I love the whole, the kiddie team of the two big bass early on in the franchise, hanging out together. Seeing Shuri Birkin and baby Wesker running around is...
Jake, yeah.
Yeah, Jake. I forgot his name, because...
I did like... So I really liked Jake and Sherry's narrative. I thought it was fun. I liked the implementation of the almost nemesis entity. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of liked Leon and Helena's one.
I'm impressed you remember their names. Fun. To me, it's just Leon and FBI Agent 2.
I am like... I write fan fiction in my defense.
See, yeah.
Also, I have a lot of friends who are very into 6, and so I respect them, and I respect that they like it, and so I do try to remember the characters' names. But also, I didn't like Chris and Piers as much because it felt a little bit too much like... It was why I didn't like 5 is because it felt a little bit too Call of Duty to me.
I was gonna say
around shooting stuff, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, I do like Chris. He's one of my favorites growing up, and now I've developed taste and gone full Team Jill. That said, yeah, like, well, first of all, I want to acknowledge in the comments, people are saying that for like 5 and 6, that they're best enjoyed with people, with like friends on the side. Otherwise, you kind of see all the faults. I do agree with that because I played through 5 in college with friends. I didn't really do it all with a computer player. Yeah, I think that was for a lot of people there too, Bracken. That.
Open the chat so I can see.
Yeah, by all means, bring it up. Bring it up on the side. Just make sure to mute it. I do agree with a lot of these things. 5 and 6 are both games you got to play with other people. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. That's my train of thought. You got too jumbled with trying to respond and form my own opinion. I will say this though, I didn't enjoy like having like an end to like the Wesker arc with 5. And with 6, I left it. I love.
And you get to punch a boulder.
Yeah, and it's to me, it's like pure B movie action bullshit that makes it so much fun over the top. Like, you fight Wesker in a goddamn fucking volcano. What's more over the top? What's more vendetta with a giant railgun cannon blasting holes through the city than more could you want? Like, I love that over the topness at times. It's the fact this game has that is amazing. Like, this franchise has that is amazing.
That's one of the things I love about Resident Evil is that they don't take themselves seriously.
No.
Like, even the new games, like, they're still a little campy, they're still a little silly. It is so fun. Like, when you play, like, the 4 remake, like, it's so stupid. It's so silly. It fills my heart with joy, just how very silly they are. But then they also, like, the modern ones, while they hold on to some of that silly, there's also, like, they do kind of start taking themselves more seriously as horror games, which I also really like.
Yes.
With, like, especially 8, because I was talking about how I wanted to talk about the Beneviento section in 8, because it's so good.
And I want to talk about 7 myself, but please go on.
Absolutely. Yeah, in 8, the section where, because in my opinion, one of the things that Resident Evil does really, really well as a horror franchise is they do a really good job with, like, tension building through exploration, which is part of the reason that I personally don't find 5 and 6 to be as engaging for me as a horror person, because they're a lot more action-based. Whereas even in like 4, which was a little bit more action based, there's a lot more of that like exploratory kind of tension building that you get with a traditional Resident Evil game. And so like with those, the use of that exploratory elements, it builds tension because you're exploring this very ominous, very uncertain environment. And I think that the kind of the peak of that is the Benevento section in Resident Evil 8, where there's literally nothing else in there. It's just you walking around in this creepy ass basement full of dolls, getting psychologically horrored.
Yes.
And then there's a giant baby. Get fucked. It's so good.
I mean, that's really works best overall. It's basically a series of escape rooms at times. And I enjoy that. I enjoy also like how some of it too can become to like a level of hide and go seek. I think as a guy who adores stealth games, I have always loved the games that allow you to do that. And I'm sorry, Bracken, that I didn't tell anyone about this in advance, because literally it was planned over the weekend and then roughly put together the last few days. It's been, Bri and I came out of the con in Des Moines, basically like running, tumbling down a hill, and like, okay, all right, put that there,
literally.
let's go.
Yeah, well, because you came to, we were both working the same event.
Yes.
And, like, was it Sunday or Saturday? You came over and were like, I have a podcast. I love Resident Evil. You love Resident Evil. You have a Kickstarter happening right now.
Yeah.
You should come talk about Resident Evil on my podcast. I was like, hell yeah, that sounds sick. I would
That's
love to.
a great way to plug once again. And hi, for those who just joined in, Bri does actually have a Kickstarter going live right now. It's already funded, so you're kind of buying in at this point. Inspired Resident Evil, Blackbird hunting.
It is.
Yeah,
I can make my little pitch again. But yeah, Blackbird Hunting is my award-winning web comic. It is 305 pages. You can actually read the whole thing right now for free, but right now we are trying to get a Kickstarter version, or a Kickstarter to get a printed edition of the first 22 chapters, so the prologue through to chapter 21. The series is, I'll just give you my sort of little log line. After a series of grisly murders, 15-year-old outsider Dione Oriel must prove to her hyper-religious town that she's neither a murderer nor a witch before she's executed for crimes she didn't commit. Easier said than done when your missing mother was a witch herself. So yeah, feel free to check it out. The description doesn't necessarily sound Resident Evil inspired, but I mean, Resident Evil 8 starts out in like a weird fantasy setting, so it gets pretty clear that it's very Resident Evil inspired the more you get into the comic.
That opening cinematic is amazing. I love the tied in folklore of the village's town. And Adrian,
absolutely.
is a good comment. They can attest to this.
Good. That would be Idrin.
Idrin. Sorry, my apologies, Idrin. I names don't do weird. I mean names weird. Speak no good. Need more caffeine. Just really trying to find something. Some of my old D&D stores I saw a token for. Wait, do you have like an old classic like Resident Evil token? Oh, you know what? That's a good segue. But speaking of Resident Evil 8 and tokens, one of my big things I've done in the past, because we were showing off all of our goodies before stream. What I mentioned I did have is that being a DM, you got your statues. I have all my miniatures that I use for my DMing and just miniature tabletop
You have Resident Evil ones?
Yeah, like
what? That's crazy.
Yeah, like I one day hope to paint them, but if you get the chance, go look at my channel's videos. I have a series of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Showing people how to do horror games and movies for D&D, and so I got scale models for a lot of them based on the early stuff. And
oh my god!
I brought it up because I do have the big tall mama, who is
hell yeah, Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah, a bit size proportionate, but. It's the thing is, yes, those mostly from Etsy. This one is from the game I like to play, Don't Look Back. However, they have been for a while now been releasing. Come here, you. Resident Evil board games. for the longest time.
My
And,
God.
and yeah, I haven't had to play this one, but they're basically kind of you set little random dungeons or list maps and go through do little missions. But I mainly
I
got
didn't know those
them. Oh
existed.
yeah, they have
That's
one. They
amazing.
have them for 1 through 3, and the qualities of them are are debatable in terms of how good they
Yeah.
play. However, if you're a fan like
I
me and
mean, same can
you,
be said for Resident Evil.
they do have and they have the Circuit Bright expansions because these things are basically games that are just excuses to buy a bunch of little plastic miniatures or toy soldiers. Um,
Absolutely.
I
Cause
got.
like I play D&D online mostly, but
Oh,
I
really?
do have a couple of like my default token because I'm the DM. Some of my default tokens are just like Nemesis. For like when I need an enemy, I'll just throw Nemesis on the table and I'm like, you guys are fighting Nemesis now. I don't know.
I've done that before, except mainly with like Bloodborne kind of enemies. Well,
Yeah.
well, in that case, though, if you being a DM, you probably appreciate the fact that these games, which is why I mainly got this whole set down here, and I think this is by far my favorite monster from the franchise, is Birkin. And it
Oh, I love
has
Birkin.
all the miniatures to get him from form 1 straight up into the final form. I can't put them all in my same hand, but they are.
What? That's so crazy.
Ugh! But
That's hilarious. I
you're
love them.
so much fun, and to have like scale models of all the monsters and set up scenarios where you have, okay, guys, you're a team made up of Wesker, Nemesis, Mr. X, and Hunk. You're being chased down by the final form of William Birkin. Good luck.
Yeah. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, ironic.
Fuckers.
So
Ugly as hell.
I love him. He's great.
Yeah.
Ironically, now that we're talking about D&D a little bit,
Mhm.
my comic is actually both inspired by Resident Evil and also a D&D game I ran that was inspired by Resident Evil.
See, this is the channel to come talk about that on.
Exactly. But yeah, anyone who plays is in my D&D games, Idrin would know that's one of my D&D players. That they'd recognize these because I brought these to show off too.
Yeah.
Because I made those. But yeah, I frequently will just use like Resident Evil maps and kind of like chop them up and repurpose them into dungeons for my players. And I'm like, you're in Umbrella now. Get fucked. Good luck. It's so fun.
It is. They can be. And I've have based my own creations off of just the whole William Birkin transformations too. But they are such good games, such great inspiration for so many things, and I hope someday to get to do a more proper RE inspired campaign or even one shot. Oh, you.
Absolutely. Oh, what'd we find?
Yeah, what did they find?
Someone found something.
Yeah.
I think it was something about Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
They found Jesus. I'm glad you found Jesus.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Well, I'm curious. So, as stated, like I think it's tough because Nemesis is such a fond place in my heart. He's my chosen killer in Don't Look Back, but I would to say William Birkin is by far my favorite monster to go against throughout the whole franchise. But for you, though, what is yours?
Ooh, what's my favorite? That's a hard question.
Oh, it is.
That is a good question. I really like in 4 I really like the final fight with Sadler. I think it's just really fun and interesting, especially in the remake. I also find it funny because I speedrun the game a lot now because I 100%ed it. And so I think it's just really funny because it's like such this like cinematic fight. And then to speedrun it, you buy a rocket launcher and you shoot it and then it's done. Combat over.
Yeah.
I just think that's really funny. I think probably like an actual like combat. I what was the there's oh
I mean, it could
I
be
really like the Miranda fight in 8 actually.
okay.
I haven't played it in a hot minute, but I just remember finding that to be really interesting, especially from like a narrative perspective. I thought that one was really fun.
It is, and I'll never
Yeah.
forget how hard it was for me when I got to it because I played through 8 when I got my first COVID vaccines, so I was
Oof.
loopy as fuck.
Oh no.
And it was. I feel you thought the game was trippy enough, sober, but I'm like, uh, vaccine
The
land.
Miranda's like really bizarre
It
because
is.
it's kind of trippy with the way like she moves.
Yeah, and like the little like monster folklore they brought in there. Like I still like the whole underground area with the giant fungus like brain thing in the catacombs underneath the town both fascinates and terrifies me.
Oh,
And
absolutely. I love mushrooms and fungus, and
mm,
so I was like, mycelium, yay! But also that's terrifying.
yeah, yeah, I oh, it was just back Baka says there was some obscure anime that used to make somebody horror tokens, but I couldn't remember the anime's name. Now I can Google lens it. Cool. So you'd be able to trace to the source. That's good.
I
Um,
believe.
but I was gonna say I love how that game once again does a like talks about the origins of the overall franchise, but that's like another layer
Yeah.
to it because like 5 had like we got the source of the virus from these flowers in an obscure part of Africa, and then in this one or 8 it's like no, but the Spencer and Ashford, they got their star from this lady they met in Eastern Europe. I'm just waiting for like another layer to that. Like, oh, but she got her star talking with some, I don't know, Quakers from the Salem witch trials or something overseas.
The
It's kind
Quakers did it. That would be the craziest Resident Evil
yeah,
twist ever. It's actually the Quakers' fault. How'd they do that? I don't know. Something to do with like, no, that's in rye. I was gonna make a joke about ergot, but that's in rye, not in oats. Um, yeah, I really like 8 a lot. I'm so excited for 9 too. I know that
same.
like the like Ethan Winters narrative is over, and now we're going to um the Ashcroft
Which is a
her mother's
connection
name has
to.
left my brain.
Aren't they a reference to
Yeah,
Resident Evil? Not Outcasts. Is the PS2
Outbreak.
Outbreak? Thank you. Yeah, I was was watching a documentary on them not too long ago.
Yeah.
The games, not the characters.
Well, I would assume. What is her name? Laura. It's is it?
You would probably know because I've never played those two.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But,
It's
but the
her
fact that
last name's Ashcroft, and the girl in the new game is Laura or is Grace.
yeah,
Is it Laura Ashcroft?
I've tried to
Does it say
I've tried to view as little as possible to go in blind.
Alyssa? I found it. Her name's Alyssa.
Neat.
Yeah, Grace's mom. I found her
Yeah.
name. I found her name.
I'm excited for it though. The fact we're going back to a somehow still standing ruined uh, uh, raccoon police station is kind of amazing. And
I'm so excited to see what is happening. I'm send me back there. I'm ready.
I want to see who is still possibly alive because you have to kind of feasibly think of what characters or monsters managed to survive not only the initial nuclear blast, but also just living in the fallout and the outskirts. And
For like 20 plus years. Yeah.
yeah, and there's only one I can truly think of. And I want to see what you think about it. And I think would be Lisa Trevor from the RE remake.
I was actually kind of wondering if like cuz the have you seen gameplay from the the any of the gameplay that they've shown from what I don't remember what
Is it
gaming
if it's
event it was.
I've not seen any gameplay of 9. Like I said, I've
Oh,
seen a few.
okay.
I've seen stills, but I've not watched the trailer or the game.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, if you talk about it,
See,
that's
I would-
fine. but it's
Okay.
you have to. So we're geeking out about Resident Evil here. It's
Yeah, exactly.
it's a given. It's a given.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen it yet, there's a monster in the gameplay that's chasing Grace that has a kind of, it's not exactly, but it's somewhat Lisa Trevor-y aesthetic. And so some people are like, is there going to be like a Lisa Trevor tie-in or something? Is that going to be a thing that we're bringing back, especially since we're going back to like Raccoon City? I'm really curious if we're going back to Raccoon City. I'm like, are we just going back to the city itself, or are we going back to the original mansion? Because that did get like fully exploded. But also maybe
technically twice.
Maybe Lisa's what?
Technically, it got blown up twice. If you think about
That's
it.
true. It did get double exploded.
Yeah, it got exploded from the first game, and then it got the explosion from the nuke.
Yeah, double exploded.
Yeah. Well, considering that this
maybe Lisa's just been wandering around in the mountains of
Arcalay?
What are the the Arcalay Mountains for the past 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, did they confirm?
Did they confirm that,
I
don't know, actually.
If it was like a nuke from the 90s, it depends on how big the yield is, but at the same time, the outbreak was close enough to kind of get the town infected, so maybe, at the very least, it gave some serious fallout. But how fucking funny would it be? Sorry, real quick. How fucking funny would it be that the whole starting incident is Lisa finally crawling out of the hole she falls into in the remake? But go on.
Yeah, she's finally like, I'm free, and then she gets out and she's like, everything got exploded. I'm just here now. Well,
look, Mom!
Everywhere. Yeah, look, Mom, we're all by ourselves. I forgot what I was gonna say. Nope, it's gone. Never mind. I don't remember.
Maybe we'll come back. My apologies. Maybe. I did interrupt you.
No, you're good. Your point was funnier than whatever I was gonna say. Because I just have the idea of Lisa Trevor spending like the past 30 years like climbing out of a hole.
Yeah, like some kind of bad Doctor Who parody sketch.
Oh yeah, it was the outbreak from 2 not being from the mountains, because it was actually from the
rats, right? Hey, Vessel.
Ground. Yeah, that was where I was going. Thank you. Yeah, because the first T-virus outbreak from the first game was from the Spencer Mansion, but the second one was actually from the underground labs in Raccoon City, because it got like on the rats or into the water supply and on the rats, and it got all over the place.
The goddamn rats! How dare they go and eat the fallen Umbrella soldiers? I mean,
they're just rats doing what rats do. Can't really blame them. I mean, those guys didn't have to be trigger happy. You know?
This is true. And I'm still surprised to this day that we don't see more like mutated rats in the games, even the remakes. Like, it's spread because of the rats, and yet we don't see them at all. Like, the most we see in the remake is the giant gator. Maybe an animal?
Yeah. Well, and like in the original, there were a lot more like mutated animals, because there were like the big moths, and there were like the big spiders, and there was the crocodile. But yeah, in the remake, the only like fucked up animals you get are the dogs, and then the
plant. In the second
they put all the weird rats in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Souls took them, and they're like, these are ours now, actually.
Agreed, Baka. They liked RE8 doing their own spin on classic monsters like vampires, werewolves, mermaids, ghosts, even Frankenstein. Yes.
I love RE8 so much.
It's great. I think 7 and 8 is such a great, strong story arc. And you mentioned earlier how it's so cool that the franchise can have like these large, grandiose moments, but also basically have these small-time incidents and still be all like feasible in the overall world. And I love that. Like, I'm not sure we got the privilege of playing through Resident Evil Biohazard with the old PlayStation VR. I did. That's how I experienced it. It to me is it is still the best and only way I can experience that game. It is terrifying, but so good.
Yes. I've only played a little bit. I don't have PlayStation VR myself. But I had a friend who did, and I got to play a little bit of it
Mm-hmm.
on their VR for a little while, and it was really fun. I do
Mm-hmm.
remember it giving me a headache though, and so I
Yeah.
wasn't able to play very much of it. But it was really cool what I did because,
Mm-hmm.
or what I did get to play, especially when you like get to the section where like Mia walks across, and you're like, oh god, there she is. And
Mia.
Mia coming at you in VR was so terrifying. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what the hell?
Um, I forget her name. The family, but the mother, her like
Oh,
jump.
Marguerite.
Marguerite, yeah, Margarita, surprising you below the house in one of like Mia's sections you can play as. Oh, just turning your face to face in the game. You're like, it's so fine. Just turn this way. She's there. But having her be like right there, grinning at you. Yeah.
It's so like I am a person who kind of prefers like more third person over the shoulder kind of games.
Yeah. The
Um
Bakers.
but
Thank you.
I yeah, the bakers. But I do really like the way that they utilize the first person in the more recent games. I think it's like a really fun touch
Yeah.
because it does make it a little bit more immersive, and it does kind of make the horror a lot more in your face. And I am really excited about the fact that RE9 is going to be
You can use both, can't you?
you
Yeah.
can choose which one you want to do, and it looks like they have taken that a lot into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I know you said you haven't seen any gameplay yet, but one of the things that they were showing off is that if you're in first person, the horror is very personal. It's very in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in third person, a lot more of the horror comes from the way that your character is reacting to the environment, because you
Yeah.
get to see how she's reacting.
Oh yeah.
And so there's one scene where if you're in first person, you just kind of you move straight, and it's fine. But if you're in third person, she'll actually trip and fall down, and you have to kind of like have her kind of
Crawl.
scurry
Yeah.
away on her hands and knees to add a
Ah.
little bit more tension to the scene. Which I think is so cool. I'm so stoked to play the game in both first person and third person.
I love that.
Hello,
Hey,
I am
yeah.
special guest.
The
Bri
R.
Crozier.
Hi, N King. Yes, meet. But for those who are just joining us right now, who were here at the start, Bri is a friend of mine and Jay's. We've been meeting at the various cons we've been selling at for the last better part of 2 years. They have not only been friendly, but awesome at giving us newbies a lot of advice because they've been doing this for 11 years. And with them launching a Kickstarter for their
Yeah.
book
We
based on
have to look
Resident
at Harry
Evil.
Potter first.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's the hotkeys aren't hotkeys like I would like them right now.
Yeah.
Pardon me. It looks like I spilled some soda earlier on my keyboard.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, while you're dealing with the soda, I'll
Yeah,
give you a little
please.
spiel about my comic. But yeah, I have an award-winning comic, which I'm currently running a Kickstarter for to get print editions of the first 22 chapters, so the prologue through 21. Um, it is highly inspired by my love of survival horror games like Resident Evil, and especially by Resident Evil. And I'll give my little pitch real fast. But after a series of grisly murders, 15-year-old Dione Oriole must prove to her hyper-religious town that she's neither a murderer nor a witch before she's executed for crimes she didn't commit. Easier said than done when her mother, or her missing mother, was a witch herself. Um, but yeah, you can check out the Kickstarter for that. I believe the link is in the little doobly-doo. It is fully funded right now, but we are working towards some stretch goals. If you want to help out with that, I'd super appreciate it. I'm very proud of this project. It means I get to say I'm an award-winning comic artist, which is really cool. And it is a passion project I've been working on for 4 years. It's also fully finished. You can read the entire thing for free online right now. Or if you want to wait for the print edition or the updated digital edition, which will have fully high-res art, some edited mistakes and typos, and a few other kind of updates to help bring it into a new audience
Yeah.
with a little bit of fancy stuff.
Yeah, I threw my money down for it. So should you, or just at least spread the word. Support small
Absolutely.
artists. Yeah.
Please,
Tom,
I
burn her
put
as
a
a
lot of
witch,
work into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots at stake there, you know.
Yeah. I mean, are you talking about like burning at the stake or burning of steak? Because I don't like my steak burnt at all, like a little bit kind of like medium rare. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, moving on. Um, before
I was trying to
a
find a way to
mess.
segue that into Resident Evil, but I couldn't think of. I was like, what enemy did we set on fire?
Set on fire. Well, there's a few we set on fire. I mean,
There are a few. There's the IVs. You guys set those on fire. We set Nemesis on fire several times.
several times. We burned Mr. X a few times,
That
if I
bitch
recall.
just kept coming back.
Birkin gets cooked technically. The chief did, not the chieftain, but the chief from RE4
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
barn.
We do set him on fire.
Yeah,
This is true.
yeah. And Bracken pointed out earlier, I wanted to make sure I acknowledged that they are mutated cockroaches in Resident Evil 2, the original, but no rats.
Yeah, yeah. There's the roaches and the moths and the spiders, and I feel like
Crimson
there were
heads, man.
snakes. Oh no, the snakes were in 1. Also, yeah, we did gotta set those zombies on fire. So
Yeah.
and yeah, don't want your steak cooked like those zombies. That would be a very good steak.
Yeah. I wish.
Set on fire on the floor.
Yeah. I wish they would bring back some level of Crimson Heads, because I love the implication that that's like the halfway point from basic zombie into liquor, and understand the lore. And that was such a cool way to go about it, because you have like this whole virus making bioweapons, and yet humans become like just undead flesh-eating corpses or whatever. It's like, no, it's, yes, they look like the film zombies, but they're eventually becoming those eyeless.
They turn into all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. Except dogs. Dogs just basically become just walking meatloaf with legs.
Yeah. Well,
Unless they're the
sometimes they
parasite
have
ones.
fun, interesting dogs. Yeah, I was like the parasite ones. Because I was just replaying RE4 remake. I was like, the dogs in that one are kind of fun because they get like weird goo coming out of their back, or tentacles or whatever coming out of their backs.
I wish
Those are
you
kind of fun.
were there when we streamed that live and Jade saw that for the first time. Like,
No.
her reactions are loud and through the roof. It's like, oh, it's a dog! Basically.
Yeah. That was like, I'll never forget when the first time I played RE8, when I was going through the as I've said several times, the Beneviento section. My roommate was watching with me, and when that baby came out at us, she jumped so hard out of her chair she fell off the couch. It was so fucking funny. I was like, girl, it's not gonna get you. It's not gonna come out the TV. I promise.
Or is it?
But it was really funny. They do get spine tails. I do love the wolves in 4.
Yeah.
They're very good.
And it's okay,
Evil
Baka.
dogs.
We appreciate your company here nonetheless.
Yeah, also, you can read it for free. It is, like, you can fully read the whole comic for free on my website. I'm just, for the updated edition, the updated digital edition will be for sale on my itch, but you can read the original version completely for free on my website or on Webtoons or to pass if you just want to check out the comic.
Get those web clicks, get that ad revenue in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can just go check it out. Honestly, I'm just happy for people to get to read my project at all.
Yeah.
I put a lot of work into it. And it won me an award. The award's literally over there on my wall. But yeah, you can just check it out.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Yeah, why not? It's like I said it once, say 1,000 times. Support small artists. Support the little people. Especially Jade, because she's like 5 feet tall.
But she's full of talent.
She
Small
is.
and full of talent.
And I, especially this last weekend, been telling people more and more, yes, please say it to her face because she doesn't believe me anymore.
I'll say it to her. I love her bug drawings. Those are so fun.
Right? Yes, so please do. Because if she says, like, oh, you have to say that. You're my husband. Like, no.
I'm not her husband. I love her bugs. I think they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I need one of her cicada stickers for my car though, because my car's name is Cicada. This has nothing to do with Resident Evil.
See that?
It is. My car's name is Cicada.
She would love that factoid. We need to, one of these times after like a vendor day, we need to go like grab grub or something just to actually.
Absolutely, I'd be down to go get dinner. Hell yes. I love getting dinner with other artists.
Same.
It's my favorite thing.
We actually did it for the first time at Des Moines. This actually is topical, so I could bring it up. But we tried out in Des Moines zombie burger before we left.
Yes, I love zombie burger. Did you get the Nemesis burger?
No, I got the walking shed.
Oh, I got the
So
Nemesis burger the first time I went. I
mhm.
didn't even realize it was a vegan burger. I just saw it was Resident Evil and was like, I'm eating that now.
Yeah, Jade got the T virus though. Let's see, I do
Ooh.
have photos of us from there, but for the viewers at home, not the Walking Shed, Zombie Burger is a burger joint in Des Moines that is entirely, well, half of it's zombie horror film inspired. All of the items on the menu are named after different films and what have you, and the other half is a kaiju ramen joint. We went there right as it closed on Sunday night, and it was rad. It was really fucking rad.
It's so good. The
um,
the Nemesis burger is like a mushroom burger and it's so good. I want to go back sometime. Next time we're in Des Moines, we
yes,
gotta go to Zomburger. It's so good.
we do. I just probably won't get the lemonade again because apparently, I mean, it's just
Oh,
kind of
was
a
it bad?
well, no, because we found out the hard way that the water quality in Des Moines is bad or not
Oh
great.
yeah, their water doesn't taste very good.
No, well,
It's not
that's
as bad as Florida, but it doesn't taste very good.
yeah. Long story short, our lemonades. Nothing else was fine. But the lemonades kept smelling of ammonia, and when you're drinking a yellow drink and it smells like ammonia, it's
Ooh.
it's a no. The Flinty no want. The Flinty do not like.
Yeah.
But let's see
Ew, yucky.
here.
No good.
I gonna bring.
Oh, there's Harry Potter again.
Boop. Go away, Harry Potter. Boop. But yeah, here's my shots of Zombie Burger. This little tiny joint that had zombies dressed up in the way leading up. They got art everywhere.
It's so cool.
It is.
Oh, hey, look, there's Jade.
Yeah. Here, oh god, too close. This, too much
We're
zoom.
looking at those random people in the background.
Actually, these weren't random people. These are actually guests from the con. Like that's the guy from Clerks right there. And these,
What?
yeah, and he was eating with a bunch of the people from the after hours burlesque dancers or something like that.
What? That's crazy. I
Yeah.
love working comic conventions. You run into the weirdest fucking people. I ran into Thomas Sanders and the cast of Steven Universe at a tea shop in Florida once during a con.
That is funny.
It was crazy.
Yes, someone did call Leon Harry Potter at the last event. You made a comic about
Yes.
that.
I did make a comic about it. I don't know why that keeps happening.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like Harry Potter. He has a gun
Mm-hmm.
and has no glasses and he has blonde hair. But I don't know why people keep saying that.
They have a fucking Winchester rifle hanging up. That was one of my favorite
Oh,
details.
sick.
Yeah, it's
That's so cool.
it's like a who's who of like different horror knickknacks.
Yeah.
The bathroom though, I'm not sure if you've been in there at all yourself.
I did not. I
But
didn't go in the bathroom.
The men's bathroom was graffitied with all kinds of horror icon shit. Like how rad that is. You walk through,
that's so sick.
you walk through the door and there's like this. Hey there, Johnny! I see you want to take a piss. Nightmare fuel.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, but
Oh,
it
it's
was,
such a cool restaurant.
It is. It really, really is.
Yeah, there was a burlesque event after hours for the show.
Yeah, that's the Crystal Lake I got.
Yeah, they kept being like, you could come sell your stuff at the burlesque event, and I'm like, I could, or I could go lay down.
Yeah, you have us here for 12 plus hours as is.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Why is there a little guy on your burger?
That was like their adult kids meals, a little surprise on the inside.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah,
That's
they
hilarious.
come with little tiny zombie dudes. We are one of our friends.
I feel like
Here's them opening it live.
I have the paparazzi looking at me.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just a little guy on your burger. Oh, they kissed.
Yeah. All right, I'll get rid of that so we
Make
can
our
actually
own fan fiction.
right. Oh no, it was fun, and yes, we would love to go back there again with you next time. And
Absolutely, I want to try their other burgers.
same. I got the Walking Shed, which
Now
I
want a
meant
burger.
I meant to bring up. I thought I got a photo of it, but apparently I did not. But the
No.
Walking Shed is basically patty, loose mac and cheese, cheddar, with the bun made out of deep fried mac and cheese.
That sounds like it would kill me, and I would be so happy.
Yeah, I got it along with the side salad 'cause I felt like it was good for my heart that way.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that in
You're like-
fries.
So just like a tiny bit healthier. Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I had to eat with a fork and knife. And I didn't finish all of it. I ate the rest on the way home the next day. But basically, I picked it up.
I don't think there's any shame in eating that with a fork and a knife because it would just be all over your hands.
Yeah, you take one bite and like it just disintegrated in your hands.
Yeah. And you're like, well, now there's just goo on my hands. And it's like accurate for a zombie film, but inaccurate for an eating experience, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when I have to eat things and get stuff on my hands. It's icky.
No. And kind of segue back into talking about the games.
Yeah.
How
not just burgers in Des Moines.
Yeah, no. Well, I was gonna say there's that delicious, way too well rendered burger from the RE2 remake. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like why'd they put so much work into that burger? That burger had to cost like thousands of dollars. The most expensive burger anybody's ever seen.
The most expensive burger ever rendered.
Mm-hmm. It does look really good, though. Every time I start playing the game, I'm like, damn, I want a burger. I want a burger now.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a shot of it that does it justice, but I think it looks better in motion. It's like giving a blind like picture of it.
It's got like weird jiggle physics. Oh,
there's
Harry Potter.
You got Harry Potter? Yeah, like that burger that the trucker eats. Like,
yeah.
Trust us that this looks amazing.
It's got like some jiggle physics to it.
It's got that perfect level of
not.
grease.
Yeah, Idern says it's so expensive because it is so sloppy looking. Like, it's not a clean model. Yeah, it looks so like greasy and just delicious. And it's like that. It looks like it came from like what's the one they had all the sexy commercials? Carl Jr. It looks like a Carl Jr. burger.
Gosh, Carl Jr. We haven't seen him up in these parts for a while. That and Hardee's.
I don't think they exist anymore.
Up here, no, they don't. Like, actually, take that back. I have seen a Hardee's, but it's like hidden in the back sides of like southeast Wisconsin, where I'm at, it's been out of my way. It's all like been beaten out or pushed out by Culver's and the other big greats.
Yeah, I don't think they exist out in the Midwest anymore. Because I haven't seen one. There used to be one over by the Chuck E. Cheese, but there's not a Chuck E. Cheese there anymore either.
Oh, we still have our Chuck E. Cheese here in town, but I don't think it has the animatronics, which is a travesty.
Yeah.
Bring back the scary animatronics.
Do we have? I thought I saw a Hardee's at one point, but maybe not. I've never eaten there. I don't think.
Really?
I'm more of a I'm not a big like fast food burger place outside of Culver's. I do like a good Culver's.
Culver's is good. Yeah,
Culver's is good. But depending on when we end, I might actually go drive to Culver's and get a burger because I really want a burger now. Because there's one literally down the street.
Oh yeah,
where I live.
we actually can walk to Culver's from our house now, which is kind of fun. Yeah, next time in Milwaukee, you should come. You know, do you do events in Milwaukee?
Sometimes I've been. I was in Milwaukee, or was it Milwaukee? I think I was in Milwaukee earlier this year for a gaming event. Oh, which actually I have a good Resident Evil story about this gaming
Please.
event. I think it was Milwaukee. It was somewhere in Wisconsin for Midwest Gaming Classic.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I was there earlier this year for that. And Friday night was kind of just like an open night. You could just go in and like look at all the games and stuff. So I got to play some like games and talk to some devs. It was really fun. But they also had a retro gaming room. And one of the things that they had in the retro game room was a playable version of Resident Evil 1.5, which had been built out of like leaked code.
Yeah.
Like what we'd known about the game and things like that. And so I actually got to play it. It was really cool. So I'm like sitting there playing it, and all of a sudden this guy walks up behind me and he goes, that's Resident Evil, but I don't recognize the game. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's 1.5. It's the precursor to Resident Evil 2, but they had it like 80% done, and then they ended up scrapping the game and remade it into like the Resident Evil 2 we know now. And he was like, oh, that's so cool. Are you a Resident Evil fan? And I was like, yeah, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, actually. It's like one of my favorite game series. And he goes, that's so cool. I was Chris Redfield in Code Veronica. And I was like, what? It was crazy. And he was like, yeah, I was Chris Redfield in Code Veronica. I was also the mocap actor for Chris Redfield in everything up through, like, Vendetta. And then he was like, yeah, I was also Dante in Devil May Cry. And I was like, that's insane.
It's a small world
it was so
after
cool.
all.
Yeah, well, and that's not even the only, like, weird Resident Evil encounter I've had at working conventions. Because at another con, actually in Columbus, Ohio, I think I was next to you for this event.
You were.
Yeah, you guys were right next to me. And I'm down, like, doing stuff under my table, and this woman walks by, and she's like, oh, I love this Resident Evil art. And I'm like, damn, her voice is so familiar. And I stand up, and it's Claire Redfield. And I'm like, ah!
I remember you went and, like, got, like, a custom thing you did sign, and you came back in tears.
I did. I was very excited. She was so nice. Anyway, she has some of my art in her house now, so that's really cool.
And that's what I love about this, like, the whole con life or convention lifestyle, is just knowing that you've, like, spread it out to so many places, including your own heroes, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, the more you do cons, the more you're gonna have, like, weird celebrity encounters, like the people you met or you saw at the Zombie Burger.
Yeah.
Like, you'll just run into random celebrities, and you'll be like, oh, it's you from Thing, and they're like, it is me from Thing, and you're like, that's crazy. Anyway,
oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my burger now.
Yeah, I didn't bother them. In fact, the reason why I was kind of staring in the direction, because I was trying to figure out who he was eating food with, because one guy had, like, an amazing mustache. That's how I know they're the burlesque crew, because I was, like, trying to find them, because I had one of the program books, like, where the hell are they? Like, oh, that's the contortionist. Got it.
Yeah. I like to ask people if they come up with a badge. I like to ask people what they're, like, there for, and a lot of times they're like, oh, I'm a DJ, or I'm a burlesque dancer, or I'm a cosplayer. But I did have Meatloaf, the singer, at my table once, and that was really weird. This has nothing to do with Resident Evil, but he was just at my table.
Yeah, before he passed away, no less, too. That's impressive.
Yeah, it was in 2019. It was wild. I did not know who he was. I texted my mom and said some guy called Meatloaf was at my table, and she was like, you met Meatloaf? And I was like, I don't know who that is.
You met Eddie from Rocky Horror.
I hadn't seen it at that point in
That's
time.
That's fine. But that's one of those great stories. It makes you feel any better. Something similar happened to Jade after our first convention. It was in Cleveland, and we were,
I was there.
You were there. That's where we first met, actually, through our mutual friend. I miss this guy to death. I need to get him on here at one point, because he's also a fan of horror. The Commissioner, he goes by. We were next to him at, like, the sketch artist, and he said, oh yeah, you mentioned you being a great person to go get advice from, and, like, how you came and helped give him, suggestions for his booth. So I was like, all right, I'll do the same, and that's how you and I met. But at that con, we met Rose McGowan from Charmed and Scream. She
that's so cool.
Yeah, we met her outside by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was the Sunday. We were just hanging around, just enjoying the sights and sounds. And basically, while we were, taking our candid photos, we stopped by the Rock and Roll Museum, and someone wanted to take, like, photos with our corgis, like you saw Tifa earlier. Long story short, like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, I'll help, take your photo. Can you give me your camera? And she gets down, and I go, oh, that's Rose McGowan, and this is her phone. I wish I had my phone out, taking photos with my dogs. Jade has her phone. Okay, she's got it. Okay, I'll just go make sure this looks good. We got the shot. It went off, and I talked a little bit as we went our way towards the park, and it was just, what a fun thing. And unbeknownst to me, Jade is talking to my mom, like, who is that? She was talking to people on Discord at the time. So we didn't get the photo. at first.
No. Oh.
So
That's really funny though.
yeah, so I I got like persistent. I went like on all their social media trying to hunt down the photo. I went like everywhere trying to find it, like just find anything. And it got to the point that later on at Fen Expo Chicago, months later, I went to their line and asked them straight to their face, like, "Hey, how much money do I have to pay you to get this photo?" And she gave it to me for free. I was so excited because
So funny.
I didn't expect to get that far. That Rose actually had to go and give me like tech support for my phone just so I can get it on on my
That's
camera.
so hilarious. Oh my god.
So
That's
yeah,
so funny.
I'm trying to find the shot now, but I'm struggling at the moment. But
Yeah.
if I do find it during the cast, I'll bring it up just so you can see it, just
Yeah.
to prove that, because the whole point of the story is getting that goddamn phone hunted down.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
so you're not alone. You're not alone there, Bri.
Yeah. It's working conventions is really fun, but I get to like talk a lot. Like one of my favorite things about working cons is getting to talk with like other fans of the things I'm into. Like speaking of Des Moines, there's a guy who every show in Des Moines, he comes by and he asks if I have any more Resident Evil art, because he's like, if you have more, I will buy it. He's like, I have like every Resident Evil like piece of Resident Evil art you've ever drawn, and I'm like, I'm working on it, bestie. I will draw Resi just for you. It's on my to-do list.
If you draw it,
Like,
I will buy.
Yeah. I'm like, I gotta draw some new stuff for 9 when it comes out. Although probably I'll be just playing the game instead of,
Yeah.
drawing anything for
Yeah.
a few days, but...
Oh, I'm looking forward to streaming that shit. It's gonna be fun. Like, Jade, isn't her entire experience and exposure to the game series has been through those streams. Like, and I love that because I could never get her to play it otherwise or sit down. And they're a huge part of my childhood. It's like, I want you to know these stories so I can be like, hey, look, sweetheart, I got a William Birkin, Final Form miniature. Isn't that cool? And not have it be like, that's nice, sweetie. Not sure what the fuck you're talking about, but that's nice.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's like, when I like try to, I live with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And so they'll ask me like, oh, what are you up to? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing XYZ and XYZ is happening and it's really cool because of XYZ. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool, nice. And I'm like, I know it's okay. You don't have to pretend to know what I'm talking about.
But if you can,
the internet does.
Yeah, and that's where it matters most.
Exactly.
Oh, let's see. Well, speaking of the people out there, if you have any questions or anything you want to bring up at this point, that'd be awesome. We'll try our best to answer a few of those before we do say any goodbyes. Because you did say earlier that you were kind of loopy and kind of hungry, so I want to keep you too late tonight.
A little bit, yeah. Well, and especially now, I really, really want a burger. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just thinking about Culver's now. I'm like, I want a burger and I want the little cheese curds. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
I buy lunch today already? Yes. I don't need to go buy more food, but also I really want a burger.
You want the good stuff.
Exactly. And it's relevant to our discussion because of that really sexy burger. Had no right to be that sexy.
Yeah, it's... At least, that poor man who does get God, at least he went out doing what he loves.
He had a good last meal,
He did. And then he was someone's last meal.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and then he exploded, so,
True. So, at least he didn't become a zombie.
He did not become a zombie. He did get cooked, but, I think, in the grand scheme of things, he didn't end up a zombie, so I think that's a bonus.
Yeah. And
I mentioned this earlier, but I just have so many questions about, like, Resident Evil Vendetta, because truly and genuinely, they unzombied all those people. What happened to them afterwards? What, if any, are
Trauma.
your favorite non-mainline games in RE? I really like Code Veronica. I think it's just really interesting. I like Code Veronica a lot.
I would
I
consider it one on the main
also
line, personally.
enjoyed watching a playthrough of, do you know which one it is? Survivor, with, I think, with Vincent. I'm Vincent? That one cracks me up every time I see it. Also, not really a mainline or non-mainline game, but I also really like playing Resident Evil randomizers. I just think they're really funny.
Oh.
I'm Vincent? My mother.
I don't think I've ever done a randomizer. That actually sounds kind of fun.
They're fun. Yeah, it can be a little, it's very easy to break. I've had an issue with the one that I've been trying to play for three. And every time I play it, no matter what the seed is, it doesn't matter what I do. You know, in 3, when you, like, it's early in the game, and there's a door, and you open it, and some stuff pops out at you, and then you have to go down and get, like, a key or something. Every time I try to run a randomizer on that game, there's, like, a broken zombie who, like, pops out, does a little jig, and then crashes the game.
It's like the ultimate, like, zombie killer, man.
Yeah, it every time he, like, pops out, he, like, does a little, like, his model glitches out and does a little dance, and then the game crashes, and that's it. And I don't know, I might have to reinstall it to get it to work properly, because it happens every time I try to run a randomizer.
That's like the ultimate kind of, like, zombie attack. Just death by jazz hands.
Yeah, he just comes out and he does, like, hello, fuck you, and then the game crashes. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I didn't want to play anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to enjoy my fun whatsoever. For me, because I was big into the Wii, big Nintendo kid back in high school and college, I actually really adored the Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. I never got to play its sequel, the Dark Side Chronicles, but like the rail shooter exclusives for the Wii were really cool. There were fun ways to kind of experience all the games at, under one roof. And it's one I really wish that they brought back in some form, just so I could experience it again without having to go and buy all this stuff to do it. Like at least for VR, I could see it being
those would be
redone.
Really good VR games.
Yeah, and with the joke earlier about how you shouldn't have to do the research to and be a fan of the series, that'd be one way to make it a bit easy.
Yeah, especially because, like, there's so many games that it's really hard, and with, like, how many remakes they are, it's really hard to keep up with, like, all of the narratives of, like, what the hell is going on, and, like, especially because there's some narrative stuff that's, like, only in some of those, like, side games and then you're, like, because, like, for Krauser shows up, and everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. And, oh man.
Yeah, he was from other stuff.
Explaining to poor Jade why they are suddenly there. Like, who's this Krauser guy? They miss a game? Like, nope, they're part of, they're part of this game. I mean, this is the first time they showed up. Nope, there isn't any kind of way to know them otherwise. Surprise. Yeah.
He's just there.
You just kind of accept it.
He's in Dark Side Chronicles.
That he is.
But like, it's like that's the only place you can get the narrative on what the hell was going on and why does he matter? But in the original 4, he's just there, and you're like, there's just this guy now, and I'm fighting him with a knife.
And he's acting like, straight up, like, you have all this history, like, I taught you better and all this, or I thought you were dead. Meanwhile, I'm like, I didn't even know you were alive.
You're like, I didn't even know you existed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess I'm gonna stab you.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stab you now.
Then you do. Yeah.
Stabby
Sometimes
stab.
you just gotta stab a guy. That's kind of like the whole Resident Evil thing.
Yeah, somebody's just gotta stab a bitch.
Yeah. It happens, you know?
Yeah. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Oh. What's any other
Well, no, yeah, Dark Side Chronicles also did come out after 4. This is true, but even like then, there's still like now you have the context, but it's still in like a random like side game that was exclusive to the Wii, and so people are still just like, who the fuck is this guy? And people are like, oh yeah, he did blah 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 blah, and they're like, how do you know that? And they're like, it was a weird Wii spinoff. That's it.
There's way too many games like that, and with their penchant of like enjoying referencing back to older titles, doesn't make it any easier to try to figure out what the hell is going on, or like, oh yeah, that's so and so from what? Oh, from the you had it earlier. You showed me the PlayStation 2 Resident Evil games, not Outcast.
Outbreak.
Outbreak, yeah.
I still have it in my hand.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I never got a chance to play those, and I don't think I have a way to play them now because they're not on Steam yet. At least I don't think they are.
I don't believe so. They're also supposed to be multiplayer, but the multiplayer doesn't like work anymore because it's online. So it's. I mean, I believe you can play it single player, but I think it's much like 5 and 6, where it's better if you play it with other people.
Praise be to our Resident Evil 4 fish. Yeah.
Horror games on the Wii, I can only imagine those going well. I mean, what were the camera ones? Those ones were pretty good on the Wii.
Oh, that would be
Fatal Frame?
Yeah, Fatal Frame. Yeah, I never got to play those.
Those ones did pretty well on the Wii.
Yeah. It's crazy to me.
I put it away. Here, I'll pull it out.
I was gonna say,
I have my tombstones on my head again.
Yeah, I wish I would do that with mine, but it doesn't really. Maybe it can stay there if I just not move.
Yeah. My hat has like a perfect divot, and they're like perfectly shaped to fit right in the divot. It's excellent. But yeah, the Resident Evil Outbreak. I feel like there's a bunch of other random one-offs. There was one that was like based on the movie or the movies, but I don't remember what that one was called. I just remember that it existed.
Like the live-action movies?
Yeah, one based on the live-action movies.
They actually.
Or it was like, I don't think I have that one, but I remember that it existed, but that's it. That's all I remember about it.
Huh. Yeah, that I don't have any memory of.
I only vaguely remember that it exists. I think I saw somebody play it once and went, "Huh, interesting," and then removed it from my brain. As one does.
Yeah, just full on. Delete it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well, I don't need that information.
Yeah, I cannot.
I'm just interested in the other stuff. But yeah, I'm very excited for 9. That will be once I finish all my Kickstarter stuff, because that should be around the time when the books get finished printing. I'm like, we finish my Kickstarter stuff, and then we're just playing Resident Evil. That's it. That's what we're doing. That's the plan.
And there's nothing else that matters. Nope, not like life, eating, showering. Nope,
no,
it's just
absolutely not. Yeah. Not my job. I mean, that'll be about when con season picks up again. But no, we're not gonna worry about that.
Yeah,
I have a Steam Deck. I can bring it with me.
Yeah, I could. I guess mine can be mobile if I don't mind moving a giant ass computer around a place.
Ida needs them to announce pre-orders for 9 so bad. Same. I'm curious to see. I regret not getting the 4 collector's edition. I should have done that. I do want to see what the collector's edition will look like for 9, because depending on what it is, I might get it if it looks cool.
Yeah, I've gotten so many of the steel books that it's a toss-up. Like, I want the cool shit, but the cool shit's expensive, and
the cool shit is expensive.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of collectors. I have the steelbook for The Last of Us Part 2, because you in chat gave that to me. And then I have the I have the collector's guidebook for Red Dead Redemption 2, but otherwise I don't have a lot of like collector's edition stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh no. The zooms have fallen
no!
down again.
Leon fell down.
You fall
That
down.
seems about right, though. Is it really a Resident Evil game if Leon doesn't get thrown at a wall? As someone who has a lot of CEs, they're so expensive. I hope the CE for 9 is good for you, specifically. I hope it's good.
Oh, are they...
There we go.
I suppose if they collect all the CEs, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, also, remember how I said I met my best friend through Resident Evil forums?
Yeah.
That's Idrin is my best friend.
Aw. Well, thank you so much for getting out tonight.
Yeah.
I do always like meeting new friends, and it's going to bother me. I'm probably going to find it later on, but I cannot find this photo again. I hope to fucking God I didn't lose it.
Yeah.
Because I had this whole thing earlier this year with updating my library and computer shit, and it's just like...
That's a mood. I'm going to take my hat off because I'm kind of warm. I'm very sweaty now.
Yeah.
Also, might need to bounce soon so I can go get some dinner.
Yeah, well, in that case, let's do one last thing. I meant to do it earlier. It'd be a good way to kind of end the night.
Absolutely.
I'm going to find this damn photo later. Yeah, this is going to be, though, a simple case of... Let's check out more of your art from the Kickstarter. You did give me all these cool shots.
Yeah, I you were like, give me some art and stuff. And I was like, all right, here's some of the art from my the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I also sent you some of the pages from my Resident Evil comic. But there's Harry Potter again. We found him.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, well, let's bring up this quick sampler here. You got this lovely shot to me. It just screams like.
Thank you. It is very
the village.
Resident
The village.
Evil.
Yeah, Resident.
Yes.
I forgot the name of it. 4. How can I forget the number 4? My God, I guess I'm getting tired here too. So yeah, what was like the inspiration behind some of this stuff here?
Yeah, so this is like the first chapter of the book. This is the last page of the first chapter. For me, I'm really inspired by like the aesthetics of Resident Evil, and so this was like very, very inspired by kind of all of the like, just like when you're walking around in the environments of Resident Evil, and there's just all these like bodies that have just been like kind of flung and strung about in such weird, disturbing ways. I think especially in the 2 remake, there's a lot of places where there's just a body that's like hanging in such a way that you're like, how did that get there? It's so fun.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to have that vibe for this scene.
It reminds me of like a lot of the corpses we got to see in Biohazard, like outside the Baker's home, just hanging about, being all creepy nasty.
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of my goal with that. I was like, I just want something kind of gross and grody and weird,
and
kind of just
gnarly.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, add a little mystery. Add some mystery to the mystery. Because that is the first body that they find.
Oh, really? Just chilling out above. I guess this must be the dissection of that?
Yes, this is the dissection of that same body we just saw.
Okay.
So yeah, the main character Dione, she is 15 years old, but she's also sort of the town's mortician due to some shenanigans that resulted in her being that. So this is her kind of doing her little investigation with her girlfriend, who is an artist who they met and became friends because the artist girlfriend wanted to do cadaver drawings. And so she was like sneaking down into the morgue so she could draw the cadavers. And then that's how they met, and so they just sort of developed their friendship by doing fun adventures in cadaver dissection and illustration, and then blossomed into a little relationship.
Yeah, of solving crimes together. I
Of
suppose.
solving crimes together in their hyper religious small town.
Yeah, I know. I saw this one earlier. I love the color use you put into this one.
Thank you. Yeah, that one is so this is a fantasy world. There's a lot of like fantasy magic elements. So this is one of the chapters that involves it's kind of a dream sequence that's explaining kind of some backstory stuff. But because it's a dream sequence, I kind of went a little funky with it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of chapters in the comic where I use photo collage to get across that we're in a kind of weird fantasy setting.
No, and it's also a great way just to kind of like show a mood, or what's what I'm looking for here, the vibes of a scene. Like it's if this was like a motion picture kind of a deal, it would be more like the music kind of interlude with more of like a scenic shot, but this you kind of have to convey it through art and abstract meaning, and it really comes through here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was I like I said, horror is really about like tension and release.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, this was kind of one of those scenes that was supposed to be kind of like a little bit of like a breather between kind of the like terrifying nonsense going on and then leading into more terrifying nonsense. It's like this is a little respite before we get back into the like crazy nonsense shit going on.
Amen. This, I imagine, is from your Resident Evil comic, yeah?
That's from one of my Resident Evil comics. That one was a short project I did for a zine. That's the word I'm looking for. I really want a burger. Yeah, that one was done for a zine, where I was kind of experimenting with stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was really fun.
It was. And all these are good. And I thank you for at least humoring me for a few more minutes. I don't want to keep you too much longer because I don't want to make sure you can eat. Leon. We can always go and talk more RE later too. Maybe we kind of focus on certain things. But Baka did say, I'm not sure if you saw, he did like your art there, and it's got a lot of Blood Angels vibes. So
thank you. I put a lot of work into them.
Yeah, and it shows. It shows. And Bach, I did see your comment earlier about the Final Wars Wii game. That is, I need to play more Godzilla games. I wonder if they're on. I have to check if there's one you mentioned that's on sale later. But anyway, food time for you, and credits time for me. Thanks again, Bri, for talking about this and for sharing off your art. And just please, if you're ready out there, please go check out their Kickstarter, Blackbird Hunting. It's going on for I think another few weeks, at least 2 or 3.
Yes, I think it ends on October 7th, I believe.
Cool, perfect.
Is the last day. Again, if you can't back the Kickstarter itself, that's totally cool. You are welcome to go check out the comic itself or any of my other comics. A lot of them are available for free. This is just for the print edition. And if you can't back it, feel free to spread the word, share it around wherever you'd like. And yeah, I hope if you check it out that you enjoy it, because I put a lot of work into it. Mm-hmm.
And you can join people like me who have backed it. Yay! Let's go support small artists.
Yeah.
Do it! Support all the small artists. And as for me, thank you all for watching again. For those who did join us today, Adrian, right? Adrian, damn it! Thank you for hanging out. Bakov, Vessel, A. I saw earlier, Release, the Bracken, and M-King. Thank you all for just hanging out with us as we gushed about Resident Evil. Shout out to my patrons, Asura, Moody, Wally, Lodom, and Phantom Ghoul. You all have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to go and get more into the drink because I am very parched. Bri's going to go get some food because they have been very patient with me, interviewing and talking and gushing and geeking out on an empty stomach. And most importantly of all, if you haven't already, please let us know what you liked about today's stream. Let us know your favorite Resident Evil moments. If you haven't already, consider doing the usual like, subscribe, hit that bell, because YouTube be weird nowadays. I hate saying this shit, so thank you for dealing with me there. Anyway, I go now. Bye-bye. Have a good time.